What's up, everybody? We continue our journey in development of the games with Unreal Engine. So if you weren't here on the first day, what we're doing is we following Unreal Sensei's video how to create a game. I played yesterday around a little bit. I did some materials, ended up doing master material in the end. So there's a master material that I have now, so it's fun. Like, I love it. It's coming together. So yeah, so this is master material from a tutorial, and then I have another master material that is a little bit simpler. What up, Anners? Thanks for the resubscription. Thank you, Anners. Thank you. How's it going, Anners? Yeah, I'm building a game. It's fun. I'm good. Look at this, you know, like I've been building. I have a working game now. So if I do this, aha, yes, I'm building a game. Just learning, to be honest, but learning while having fun. So it will look a bit different when I'm done. So let me show you quickly. So this how it looks when we are done with it. Look at this.
Hello everyone, if you want to create games in Unreal Engine 5, then this video is for you. In this tutorial, you will go from knowing nothing about Unreal Engine 5 to creating this game right here. The goal is to destroy all the targets before the timer hits 0. It is a first-person shooter, but you can take the skills you learned here to create your dream game. We will walk through the entire programming process. And once
it's fun.
1, 2, 3.
So yeah, so we got all the things on now. So now we're continuing with how to do the timer and everything else.
Not challenging. The player has infinite time to hit all the targets. So let's make it challenging by adding a timer. So the player will have to hit all.
So I'm watching soccer same time that I'm doing this, then I'm streaming. So I'm multitasking.
Either win the game or we can lose it. Before we create the timer, let's make the game a little bit harder by spreading out my targets. So let me put a target all the way over here. Put this down.
Okay, so he basically starts moving the targets around. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. Movement, no snapping. Let's go. Nice. Cool, enjoy. Yeah, I'm like dealing with this. So let's rotate that. Nope. I could put it on here a little bit, turn it this way, and then get it higher. That's nice. Gonna have a barbecue and grill some burgers. Nice. Nice. You've been watching soccer? I have it open on the back of me. I'm watching right now, you know, like on my next stream. Almost every game. Yeah, I've watched all the games. I'm like, it's been like every year that every Euro and World Cup, I'm trying to watch all of them as much as possible. Of course, sometimes it's not happening, but let's just put them somewhere. The targets. He has 3 or 4. I have 7, so mine is a little bit more complicated, but it's okay. Wait. Scale grid. Okay. Yeah, the Euros has been fun. Like, it's a lot of cool games. Today was a great game, you know, like the Ukraine and the Slovak. That was nice. They had such a crazy time there. And now, of course, you know, like the Belgium game tomorrow, that will be crazy because they have still 0 points. Belgium is in a brink of elimination now because of this. And it just started. Oh yeah, it will be cool. And today my team plays NHL playoff game, and if we win, we're the champions. So there is a lot of, you know, like things going on for me today. But that's in the evening late. So until then, I'm gonna build my game and stream as much as I can. Okay, so they're all somewhere else. I hope so too. They had so we like they play up to 4 wins, so it's 7 games max. So whoever gets 4 wins first wins the whole playoffs. We got 3 wins in a row. Then we have lost now 2, so we are only 1 win away from already 2 games, you know, like to win the fucking cup. But you know, like they've been, like the other team is just coming so hard, and it's like it's a playoff. It's so much fun. Like it's such an action going on all the time. Okay, so he said just put them around,
Grab
and
all
that's
of
it.
these and bring them all over here. Maybe one's bigger than the other.
Oh yeah, I didn't do size, but
And
okay.
if I want to rotate the targets, I can press E, but then you notice that I'm unable to rotate the target in the target's direction. So when I try to rotate it, it does a weird rotation. If I want to rotate the target in its direction, then come up here and select the sphere icon to make it a cube. Now I can properly rotate it. the way
Ah,
I
you can
want.
rotate this way too. I didn't know that.
And
That's
just like
nice.
in the blueprint, where in the viewport I can hold down L and left mouse button to rotate my sun.
Mm-hmm.
In my world, I can hold down Control and L to rotate my level sun. So that's Control and L held down
Okay.
to rotate the sun. Now let's go angle it right there. But now, if I play my game, our player will spawn all the way over there. Then I have to walk over here to shoot my targets. And that's because we have our player start right there.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever my player start is where the player will be spawned. So if I move this in the corner, press play, then the player will be spawned in the corner. And if your world doesn't have a player start, then when we press play, we will start from our editor camera's location. So
Ah.
if I press play, we just start at that location that we were at.
Okay, gotcha.
Now to get a player start, it's very simple. Come up to that button, go to basics, and then drag out the player start. So that's how we bring one into our level. And let's angle it so it's facing the targets, and then press play.
Ah, so he does it also so it faces the, so you know which way to go. Okay, cool. We can do this. Rotation. Back, and let's move it this way. And then this way. So it starts on the corner. He says the first targets. Some of them are hidden a little bit, so that's fine. Cool.
So respond looking at the targets. Just in case, if you ever do want to play your game, not from the player start, but from the camera, then if I click on these 3 dots, down here under spawn player at, we can select camera location to spawn once again at our camera's location instead of player start. And to switch that back, select player start.
Okay.
Now it is finally time to add a counter to my game so that the player has to quickly hit all the targets. If the timer expires and it hits 0, then our player has lost. So of course we're going to add this game logic to our game mode. Now,
GM target game plus. Okay, so I gotta open this up again. That was under content. Oh, nope. Right. Okay. So this is the, what I need to find now is the GM target game. Okay. Let's see. GM target. Ah, this one I needed to find. Okay. Load it in. this is my blueprint.
We have our add score event
Mm-hmm.
and all the nodes connected to it.
Yes.
Let me highlight everything and move it down just a little bit.
So he's... so okay. So we have this. This one doesn't need to come with us. This is nice in here. This is okay. Add score by calling the widget. Okay. He has... This is the same one, right? Yeah. It is. Okay.
Because we are going to be adding to the event begin play.
Okay.
So at the very end of the event begin play, after we create our user interface, let's add in some new functionality by dragging out here, letting go, and creating a brand new node called set timer by event.
Set timer by event. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Okay.
So what this node will do is that any event that is hooked up to this node will run after a certain time. So if I drag from event, I can create a new custom event and call this decrease count.
Okay. That's from event, right? Add custom event. What did he name that? Decrease count. Okay. Let's make it nicer. So I can see things. Okay. There's a red node right now, so I guess we haven't had
I need to tell this node how many seconds until this event
exactly.
can run.
Okay.
And for now, let me leave it at 1 second. And
1 second? Really? Why? Ooh, almost the goal.
And to show what this is doing, let's drag from here and go.
He's
print
draining again there?
string. And this is
Print string. Okay. Oh, no coding yet. I don't need coding yet.
decrease count is activated.
Okay. Okay. Let's put it like 6 seconds and color as red. So you can see reddish.
Okay, so now if I press play, you see that this runs, and then after 1 second, our decrease count will be activated.
Okay. Let's see. Compile. Play. It came, yeah. Aha. Cool. Okay, so let's make it nicer. So this comes from here. This can stay in here right now. If you don't add up.
Stream will be run, but it just stops. We want this to run every single second and not just run once. And that's where looping comes in handy. So if I turn on looping, and now if I press play, after 1 second it runs, 2 seconds, 3, and so on. So every single second, this event is being activated.
Okay, so we gotta put looping on. Gotcha.
Which is what I want, because we're gonna set this to 0.1 seconds. And now you see that every 0.1 seconds it runs.
0.1. Wow. Okay. I want to learn already, honestly, like how to make the like the targets have like health and stuff, like I want to already get to that, but
we're getting a lot of decrease counts being activated. Let's create a variable that will hold our time. So click on the add button, and this one will be called time. Press compile. So
that's integer, right? Not boolean. It's integer. Compile.
we're able to change our default value and set this to something like 500.
Aha. Okay. Let's see.
Now I want it where whenever this custom event will run, 1 will be subtracted from time. So I can hold down control and drag it out to get time
Okay.
and delete the print string since we no longer need that.
Mm-hmm.
And let me go ahead and move all these nodes down to give myself more room. And we're going to do a similar thing that we did right here, where instead of incrementing current score, we will be
Minus,
decreasing time
right?
by giving it a minus minus. So
Okay, so from time minus minus. This one we don't need anymore. Minus minus.
minus minus to decrement that integer and set it. And in order to see what our time is, we will add in a print string, as you could guess.
Okay. Print string. Whatever. Testing.
We will add this to our user interface in just a second. So plug that up.
In string. Oh, okay, that's different. That one I haven't touched yet. Whatever this is now.
And within the advanced menu, let's make this red so I can actually see it.
Okay.
And it's going to decrement every 0.1 seconds. That's too slow. So it will decrement every 0.01 seconds.
0.01. Okay. Let's try.
And now, if I press play, we'll see that it goes down from 500. It continues.
Oh, goal. Who scored? Austria? Yeah, Austria scored against Poland. Holy. Poor Lewandowski. Sits on the bench. Oh, nice throw in. Holy shit, what a long throw in. Oh, what a header. What a header. That's so cool. 500 seconds. That's it. 0. Now it's negative. Nice.
Continues decreasing up until we get to 0. Now it's in the negative range. So it's going to keep going down, down, down. All right. Now that I know my timer is working, let's add it to the user interface. And we will do the exact same thing we did with update score. So double click to jump back to our user interface widgets.
Wait. Where did he go now? Stop clicking so quickly.
Now, if I press play, we'll see that it
Yeah, I know
goes
that.
down from the range. Let's add it to the
So these two I can delete. He jumps like so quickly on
interface.
something.
We will do the exact same thing we did with update score.
Update score,
So
okay.
double click to jump back.
So from update score, where is that? No, not update. I have add score, right? Yeah, that's mine. Okay, so that's the node. Okay, cool.
Back to our user interface widgets within the graph and create a new custom event that will
Custom event. Okay, that's what we're doing. I guess let's do it below. Custom event.
be update time.
Update time. Okay, cool. Stay here. Zoom in a little bit so it's nicer.
And
Okay.
go into designer because we need to create that time.
Right.
So what I could do is drag in text like that, or to keep it consistent so it has the same font, I can select
Control D.
the other text, Control C, Control V it.
Control C, Control V. Okay, so designer. Hello, text. Okay.
Place it all the way over here.
And then
So instead of
anchor is
having
on
it
the.
be score. It will be time.
Okay. But I'm putting on this corner, so I guess I need to change the anchor to on the right side. And then on here where it says score, I say time. or timer.
And it will be anchored to the top right hand corner. So anchor, top
Mhm.
right hand corner.
Got
We
it.
will give this a name so we're able to tell what it is within the graph. And that is time text. Go into graph. And let's get the time text. Drag up here and go set text, text.
Wait.
Just like that.
What the hell? Give me a second. Okay, so he got this done.
Text. Go into graph.
He put it time text. Okay, let's do it like his because I'm gonna be like, or I'm gonna be having a field day later, you know, like when I'm trying to fix the things. I guess back to graph.
And let's get the time
Oh, it's right here. Okay. Get time text.
text. Drag up here and go set text, text.
Set text. What?
Just like that. And we're going to give it an
It's set text, not set text. What the hell? No, it's not that one. Never mind. Ah, this one. Okay, gotcha. Set text. Okay. It should be TT, right? T and left click? No, it's not. Okay, never mind. I was hoping.
integer input, just like with the update score. So click on the plus button, change this to an integer.
Wait a minute. What the hell did he do now?
And that is
No,
the
not
time text. Drag up here and go set text, text.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just like that. And we're going to give it an integer input, just like with the update score. So click on the
Ah, okay. So it's just this one. Okay, never mind.
plus button, change this to an integer, and this one will be new time.
Ah, okay. Integer new time. Okay.
All right, let me hook this up like that. And then drag from in text, and we will use the to text string.
To text string. What? Okay.
Just like that. And then once again, use the append node.
Append. Okay.
That we're using up here. So that's how we could append our time to a sentence. So append that to B, and the sentence will be time space.
Ah, so basically we do the same thing that we did on the top part. Okay, gotcha. I just don't remember how we did it because it was a while. Okay, so it puts also the column behind it. Okay, so let's make it nicer. I don't like it already. It's too clunky. Better. A bit better.
Now we need to call this event in the game mode. So let's go back to decrease count and get the user interface, which we're setting right here. So we're getting that user interface we created.
Decrease count. Okay.
And we are updating the time. So the new time.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
Will be the time after it's decremented. And we also
I don't like this crisscrossing. Uh-oh. Wartime. Handball. Yep, handball.
have to update the time before the set timer event. So go ahead and copy these two nodes and then set it right here like that.
These two. Between update score and set time. I guess it wasn't the handball. Okay, that's fine. I guess so.
That. And since we are getting the variable that we set right here, I could delete the user interface and then drag from here to keep it consistent.
Ah, okay. So put this in here. Let's move this a little bit. He said I can delete that and then node it from here. No. Ah, target. It needs to go target. Never mind. Okay.
Because it's the same thing. And this will be set to the default time, which is right now set to 500. So go ahead and drag it onto new time. Like
new time to update time. Okay.
that. So if I press play, we have a timer go.
Okay, let's see. Oh, we do have a timer. And now it goes negative. Cool. So now we gotta basically build that the game ends if the timer runs out.
500 all the way down to 0, and then it goes into the negative range.
Yep.
This is something we don't want. Also, keep in mind that you can adjust the difficulty of your game by increasing or decreasing the time. So if we want a really fast game, instead of 500, it will be 100. So now there's 100 units and then immediately goes to 0. So let's leave this at 400 and add in a loss condition. So the player will lose when this time is less than or equal to 0.
Okay.
So drag from time.
From time. Okay.
And go less than and equal.
Less than equal. Okay. I never used less than, you know, like from my keyboard yet. Where is it? I can't find it. What the fuck? I don't have that key. Hey, dude. I do. Never mind. Less than equal. I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't find.
If this variable is less than or equal to the number right here, which is 0. That is what I want. Hold down B and left click to add it in.
B and left click. Okay, so we're branching. Okay.
If statement, which is asking for that Boolean.
Ah, condition. That's where it comes from. Okay. Okay.
So now, if this is true, then that means the player has lost, which is pretty bad. So we will drag from here and go print string.
So right now we're doing print string because then we're gonna change it to the end screen, I'm pretty sure.
All caps, you lost. Again, we will add this functionality to the end screen in just a moment. But let's see if this is.
Let's see, it's working. Okay. Uh-oh. Wait, something is off on me here. I have a bunch of errors. What's my error? Well, let's see. Oh, loser. All right, game.
Working. So it starts from 400, goes down, and then it will hit 0. And now it says you lost, but we continually lose, and the timer is still running. I wanted to stop at 0. So I will add in a new variable, and this variable will check is game over.
Ah, okay. And this integer?
And because it's a question mark, it will be a Boolean.
Boolean. Okay, cool. Ease.
So if it's true, the game is over. If it's false, then the game is still running. And since the player did lose the game, hold down Alt and drag it into my graph to set the game over to true.
Alt. Why Alt? Why do I have to drag it with Alt?
We no longer want to run this game.
Ah.
And then add in another Boolean statement. So move this all over here. And if you ever want to select multiple nodes, just like in the viewport, in case you don't know, you can hold down Shift and left click. If you don't want to drag out a box. So hold down B, left click to add in a branch. And now we will check. So hold down Control and drag out is game over, whether or not game over is set to false. So we want to make sure that the game is not over yet with a not Boolean.
Not. Okay. So we drag this over here. With Alt. Okay. No, it's set. No. Get then. No, it's not set. Get. Dum. Yes. Okay. That's not. Okay.
Boolean, and then we decrement our timer. So let's see if this works. It goes down to 0 soon. And there we go. It stops, and we only get 1 you lost.
Ah, okay. Let's see. Just 1. Yep. Loser. I guess we're working. Only this string is red, but no, that's never mind. Some of them are red, just by color. I thought it's an error or something.
Okay, now we're going to replace the print screen with the actual end screen. And luckily for us, we already have the logic to bring up our end screen all the way over here. So I can highlight all these nodes that make up that logic, which is creating the end screen and stopping our player's movement. Control C and...
Yes, we do have them in the bottom here. So that's from a great
Control V it.
Yep, create BBBG event CV, and let's drag it. This one we can get away.
Over here. Now, do not worry, we are going to go over how we can simplify this so we don't have to duplicate nodes in a moment, but let's highlight everything and plug it up right there. Now, we have one big issue.
Wonder what's the issue.
And that is if I press play And if the timer goes to 0,
And then it gives the winning
we
screen.
get a
Yeah.
U1 screen. We want to display that the player lost.
Mm-hmm.
So we will go into our end screen.
Ah, okay. VPN screen. I can get it from. Mm, how can I find this? VPP. VPP end screen right here.
Go into the graph. And then I want to add a brand new Boolean value. So let's go ahead and let's create a new variable.
Boolean. Okay. Graph.
And this one will be lost game question mark. So if the player
So last game Boolean. Okay. Okay, so it's basically just question like
did lose the game, then this Boolean will be true in the default value.
Mhm.
Also, here's a tip. Notice how we keep on pressing compile, and then we save our blueprint. What I could do is click on the 3 dots, go to save on compile, and then select always. So now whenever I compile a blueprint, my blueprint will automatically save for us. So we don't lose any of our progress. And speaking of saving, let's go ahead and let's save all.
Okay.
All right, now I want it where when this Boolean is created with the event construct, we will see whether or not we lost the game. Also, I don't like this comment right here, so I can click on the comment button to get rid of it. Now let's control and drag it into my graph to
So control is set, then other one is so it was event construction, remove that, control drag last game.
of course, as you can guess, be left click to add an end.
Yeah, be left click, right? Bullet branch. So condition is this. This goes here. Starting to get it finally.
Statement. So if we
Opa! Polish. Polska boys. Just for a second. Wait. Holy hell, how many people are there? Nice. Almost scored on the first
did
one.
lose the game,
Yes.
then I want to set this text. So let's make this a variable. That's how I get access to it within my
What? He made this text as a variable? Okay. That's cool.
graph and call this text end text. Go back to the graph, drag from end text,
Uh-huh. Back to graph. Graph from end text. Get, right? Yep.
and go set text text.
Set text text. Okay. Got it.
The same node we've been using for our user interface, and then plug this up like that. So the new text will be you lost.
Okay. Cool. Lost.
Exclamation point, brownie base. We need a way to set this Boolean value lost game within our game mode. And there are several ways we can do that. One way is to just drag out from the user interface and go set game lost.
From return value. Okay.
and then manually set it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or another way, which is a lot cleaner, is to go back to my end screen and have that variable lost game selected. And down here within the options, make sure instance editable is turned on. And
Editable.
expose on spawn is also turned on. That will give us
Oh, okay. Now what are we doing? Instant editable and expose on spawn. Okay.
this little eye icon, which is now visible.
Ah, okay. Now it is visible.
So that is what this icon is doing right here. This icon will allow us to set our variable as soon as this blueprint or widget is created. Now within our target game, you don't see it yet. That's because I have to right click and select the refresh nodes. So we get
Oh. Where did you took that? Ah, it's the long one. It's in here. Compile. Still didn't come. Why don't I get that? What did I do wrong? No, still doesn't come. Why not? What do you want from me? What did I do wrong? Okay, compile, shift S, save all. Fuck it, let's save it. Okay, but why I don't get this right now? What I'm doing wrong? Ah, now it came. It's sometimes saving or something.
brand new option where I can set it true or set it false. Now down here, when the player wins the game, we want to make sure this is okay. It looks like this hasn't updated. So right click.
Ah, lower one also. Okay, got it.
Click on refresh nodes. I want to make sure that when the player does win the game, this is set to false. But when the player loses the game, this is set to true.
Ah, so the top one is true. Which one was it? Ah, this one.
Okay, press play.
Compile. Let's see what he does.
Counter goes down, and then it says that we lost.
Okay, let's see. Oh no! I did lose.
Very sad. If we restart the game, we won. So very happy. But now we have a really big glitch because our timer was still going down even though we won the game. And then it created two end screens on top of each other. So we first won the game, and then since the timer hit 0, we then lost the game. So, which obviously
put stop
doesn't
in
make any
between.
sense. You can't win and lose a video game. So that's because we need to make sure is game over. Control C this, and then Control V it right after we win the game to make sure that this timer is stopping when the player wins the game, and press compile. You probably think that this graph does look messy and disorganized because we are repeating the exact same nodes. We are repeating these nodes, and then we're repeating these nodes. The only difference is this lost game is turned off right here, and then it's turned on right there.
Okay.
So what we could do is combine these nodes into one event. That's how we don't have to repeat them. So whenever we have logic that is continually repeated, you want to add that to an event or a function. So let's go ahead and let's create a custom event. And this one will be show end screen.
Okay, so now we're gonna start like, what the hell? Okay.
Now I can highlight all these nodes.
Kus see läks branch'i ja selle vahele, jah? Okay. It went between the branch and the end screen widget, so let's move this. Ah, no, it's not that set. Never mind. It's this one. Not the control, but alt. Right. Dummy. See? Is game over. That's checked. Okay.
Let's press Control C and Control V it right.
Okay.
That's Blue!
That's Blue.
Do you trust that I do not want to see you die here tonight?
Sir, yes, sir.
Blue, you're my boy!
Thank you, sir.
Emo Giraffe. What's up? Egypt. Welcome, welcome. Emo Giraffe.
Welcome to the blue world.
Hello, Emo Giraffe. You're a friend of Greedy Giraffe? I have a friend called Greedy Gear Giraffe. You're Greedy's friend?
right there. So we will hook it up.
You heard of
So
that guy?
first
Yeah,
node
he's
is
streaming
setting
right
his
now.
Game over to true.
You heard of that guy? Good. He's a cool
And
guy.
then the only difference is this lost game. So just like within my UI graph, we're adding inputs right here. We will also add an input to my game mode. So let's drag out the lost game, hover over this, and then let go as a shortcut.
What? You can do that?
That's why I didn't have to select the custom event.
Another streamer told you that name. Okay, yeah, he's on right now. He's streaming Scum.
And manually press the plus button. Okay, now that we created an event in my graph, I can come up here and delete all those nodes and then drag from here and then go show end screen, just like that.
Wow. Okay. From branch. Okay, so he removed all of this now. Show end screen. Okay, let's see.
So we are calling, if I double click on it, the custom event we just created. And because we did lose the game, make sure this is set to true, and then come down here and delete all those nodes. And once
We did lose the game in here, okay. And here from the branch again. I hope I'm not deleting something important. That would be so bad. Your nickname doesn't mean anything about me. I'm just need. I understand, but I'm just saying, you know. Let me guess, you got it from Xbox, right?
again, make a call to that event, show end.
Like a lot of people. Like Xbox gave you this username, right?
And screen and set this to false.
Okay.
So what we just did was that we combined all those nodes into an event. That's how we only have to show those nodes once.
I want to make it nice now. No, it's purely made my brain. Ah, okay. Yeah, usually, you know, like it's usually it's because of Xbox, like when people have like name about two things. But I guess not you. I guess you got away from it. What is this node in here? Control object. What? What? Can I delete these? Oh, I can. Okay, never mind. Why can't I delete these? Whatever. Let's make it nicer. Again. Oh, here I can delete them. If they so tiny, then I cannot. Let's see. No, let's put this in here. It's all nicely. First one is long and then two small ones.
And they've all been condensed into its own node, which is making a call to the custom event.
Okay.
Now, technically, the main bulk of my game's logic is done. So if I press play, we have a timer, and I have to hit all the targets before the timer runs out, or
Let me see. I don't think I can do it with this. Blueprint failed to compile. Why? Why is this? These two are in error. Let's go back.
as we are
Something went off. From here it needs to. Is it like this? Yes. Now it compiled. Okay, cool. Let me see now. I can't shoot 7 of them so quickly. Yep. Too many targets. I can do basically, I could hide a couple of them for now. About my project, I don't have a project right now. I'm learning. It's my second day completely starting from scratch, learning Unreal Engine. Nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. I'm just learning how to do things, how to understand things, what you can do with this program, how blueprints work, what kind of values you need to use to get certain things. So basically the project where I'm right now is I'm following this video. So right now in minute 39. Do you have prior knowledge about the general coding? I learned it a little bit in university when I was learning IT. Just a little bit. Not much programming because it was already 25 years ago or so. Hey, Gameful, what's going on? We're continuing the story. I was just telling Emo, you know, like how do I know any coding or stuff? So not much, just a little bit. And about game development, I don't know anything. I've been playing around with Photoshop and all of those programs, so I know a little bit of something, but it's still all new for me. And Gameful is the one who knows programming and stuff. He can teach you a lot of things, I'm pretty sure. I am still learning what I do in here. Gameful, see, I did a little bit playing with. I made a master material, so something at least learning. Where's my MM? Right here. So I did a master material yesterday, 2 of them. One is a 6 level one or something. One is I think 2 or something like that. So been playing around with things. Now I'm just trying to finish this whole thing. Let's see what's gonna happen. This I'm not liking. I don't know what went wrong with this. The wall is almost, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna follow what we do. Can you load that grass material? What do you mean load grass material? Explain me more a little bit. Gameful? Open it up. Okay, yeah. So grass is here. That's the instance that I made from it. And these are the things that you can change on it. So something is off in here UV tilings that you want to play with it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. But the thing is, you know, like it doesn't, like it changes it like not so well. It makes it so tiny and like grainy. And the higher you go, the bigger it goes. And it's still not like how I want. Make it even on X and Y. Okay, let's do 0.3 and 0.3. Let's play a little bit with this. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm dumb. I guess they need to be say. All right, way better. See? Fuck this life. I'm like, why it doesn't work? Let's see what does it. 0.1, then it's like grass, I think. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is the 6-layer master material that I made, so I can change all of these. So I can just use one material and just change the textures on it. Nice! God damn it! This looks awesome. Holy shit! You can think of as you stretch. Yes. Now I figured it out. You know, like it's just like yesterday when I did the master material, he didn't explain much what any of these do. He just like do this. I made it. You know, like so now I just gotta figure out myself. But yes, this is way better. You know, like now I understand. So offset is similar thing. So I can rotate and everything else too. Nice. And I can also put on, let's say, not this surface imperfection. Where can I put like water or something? Do I have water? I have the one on, I have this one. Can I change the... So that goes one, back to 1. That's fine. Can I change the color? Where was the color? I remember. Oh no. How can I figured out yesterday. Now I lost again. How I can change the surface imperfection color? I don't think I can. I can just change the contrast and brightness for it, I guess. No, not 7. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it does something. It puts some kind of water element on top of it, so it's like looks like it's like some of the grass is wet and like spots and stuff. So it works. This thing works. I love it. Like how it was done. Brightness. I think that's no. Can you put like 0.07 complete? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're working on it. What happened now with the brightness? Why it doesn't come through the water anymore that well? But it doesn't matter. We're not working on that right now. We're not doing master materials. We're doing the target game still. I just played around a little bit and it looks way better than it looked before. Holy hell. Wall is a little bit too big still, but I gotta fix that. So, okay. So let's see what it does now.
Okay, press play. Counter goes down, and then it says that we lost. Very sad. If we restart the game, we won. So
Okay.
very happy. But now we have a really big glitch because our timer was still going down even though we won the game, and then it created 2 end screens on top of each other.
Oh, that
And
one
let's
I
create
already
a
did.
Custom event, and this one will be show. So if I press play, we have a timer, and I have to hit all the targets before the timer runs out.
Okay.
Or if I don't do anything, and let's say I just barely missed the last target.
Let me put the timer higher for me. Where was this? here, right? No, that's not timer. Where was the timer? Timer. I just had it on me. Right here somewhere. Okay, so this is 500. Let's put 5,000. Then I can finally maybe finish my game. I have 5,000 seconds. So let's see. I have too many of these. Okay. 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 And let it run empty. I put too much. But I guess it works. That's too much. Let's put less. Okay. Let's see. Timer comes down. And we lost. Cool. It works.
Then we're going to lose the game. So to recap what we did this chapter, we went into the target game and we created a timer that will run every 0.01 seconds, this event. And this event will first check if the game is already over. And then if it's not, we will decrement that time, update the user interface, and then see if that time is less than or equal to 0. And then if it is, it will call the show end screen event. If I double click, it'll just jump to it.
Okay.
It's right underneath all that logic. And then this will create our end screen. And we're even going to tell it whether or not we lost the game. So up here, we lost the game, which means this is set to true. And then over here, when we check if we won the game, then this is going to be left blank to tell my end screen not to override this text with the you lost text.
Okay.
Congratulations, you just created your first game in Unreal. But there are some additional changes we can add to make it even better. Because right now it doesn't have game feel. It doesn't feel satisfying to play our game, and we want our game to be fun because why else would people play it? I want to make the gun look better and also have more of an impact when the player fires the bullet. That's why in this chapter, I will go over how to create your own custom weapon completely from scratch. So let's hop back into Unreal. Right now, the weapon is built into the first-person character. So if I open up first-person character by going to first-person blueprints and double-clicking on it, we will see in the viewport that the weapon is built in. Now, generally, at least for this case, we can leave it within the first-person character because we only have one weapon. But what if we have multiple weapons that we want the player to hold? Then we wouldn't create the weapon within the blueprint. Instead, generally, we separate out the weapon into a separate blueprint. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this weapon and create its own blueprint class for it.
Okay.
So I can delete it right there and also come down to the arrow and delete it down there because that was being used by the weapon.
Okay. Let's go back. First person, blueprints, and this is the gun. Where did you take that? What did you press to see the thingy? Where the gun is?
Character by going to first person, blueprints, and double clicking on it. We will see in the viewport.
Viewport. Fuck, I'm dumb. Yes, I do have that. So he deleted this. Oh, wait. Where are you going? He deleted this. Oh, no. And this. Okay.
That the weapon is built in. Now, generally, at least for this case, we can leave it within the first-person character because we only have one weapon. But what if we have multiple weapons that we want the player to hold? Then we wouldn't create the weapon within the blueprint. Instead, generally, we separate out the weapon into a separate blueprint. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this weapon and create its own blueprint class for it.
Okay.
So I can delete it right there and also come down to the arrow and delete it down there because that was being used by the weapon. Go into the event graph and all this logic right here handles firing. We're going to create our own fire logic. So I can highlight all those nodes and press delete.
Oh no! He's just deleting everything now. Like oh, jump input, movement input, camera input, add input, mapping. Okay, and what is this? Ah, that's the one that we did. F to make rules. Okay, yeah. F to go faster. That's what we did. Right.
Now, if I press compile, we are going to get one more error, and that's because in the construction script, we are attaching the weapon to my arms. We don't need this because we don't have a weapon anymore, so we could go ahead and
Oh, okay. So he didn't need these, right? Okay.
delete that and press compile. Now, let's go ahead and create our weapon blueprints.
Okay.
So control space, and I'm going to create it within my blueprints folder. Right click, go to blueprint class, actor, and call this BP_rifle. And the
Okay. I'm on blueprints, blueprint class, actor, BP rifle. Alright, let me change the channel for the soccer. Give me a second. Oh, what? Ah, no, there is. Never mind. Wait a minute. Is there another one? Ah, no, never mind. Game's still on. It's a halftime. Right? Should be halftime. Should be halftime. I'm like messing up right now. Okay, so continue.
reason why I chose an actor is because this rifle is going to be placed in my world. So double click to go into the rifle.
Double click to go into the rifle. All right, let's go into the rifle. Let's put it in here.
And here is where we're going to be creating our weapon.
Okay.
So to begin, we could use Unreal's default gun, but in my opinion, I don't really think it looks nice.
Okay.
That's why, luckily for everyone watching this video, if you downloaded the content link in the description, you'll get the sci-fi weapon. So if I double click on this weapon, this is what we're going to be using. And in my opinion, it does look a little bit nicer than Unreal's default weapon. So let's go back into rifle, press Control Space, and drag this onto my default scene route, and then let go.
Ah, okay. Where's that sci-fi weapon? On the blueprint. Oof, Maroon. This is nice. Where did you go? No. Too fast. Ah, this is too fast for me right now here. Okay. Better.
So now our blueprint has that weapon static mesh, but you'll notice that we still get that little icon in the middle, which is the default scene routes. We do not need that anymore. So I can hold down the left mouse button on top of my static mesh, hover it over default scene routes, and let go. So now the only component of my blueprint
What? Ah.
is the sniper rifle. And also, this is optional, we can even drag in a scope. So let me go ahead and drag the scope up here and then let go to add in a scope. And we will place the scope right there. So this is optional.
Ah. Snapping on. Too much snapping. It should sit on the rail, right? Like this? Hopefully.
optional. If you don't want the scope, then you don't have to add it. Of
course I want the scope.
And now we
Of course I want the scope. Who doesn't want the scope?
created a simple rifle blueprint that I can drag into my world.
Mhm.
But of course, I don't want it just floating here. I want it to spawn with the player as soon as the game begins. So as soon as we press play, this weapon will
I would love if you would teach, you know, like that the gun spawns in the level, you can grab it. So that would be like a little bit more, you know, like immersive.
spawn and attach to my player's hand. And we will do that in the first person character. So let's jump back to the event graph. And up here we have event begin play, which will run as soon as my first person character is created. Right here, we're adding our inputs. And then I'm going to drag from here. And immediately after that logic runs, we will spawn an actor from class.
Spawn actor from class. Okay. Yeah, probably would, but you know, like it's just, you know, like would teach a bit better right away, you know, like a little bit, you know, like more. I don't think it's a big difference, you know, like maybe it is, but in this, like both ways, I wish, you know, like he would have, or maybe like have two rifles, one on the ground, one on the hand, and then you grab another one, so you can also learn how to put one in the hands of the character right away, and then also grab one from the ground. But it's like maybe I want too much right away. Spawn actor from class, right?
And of course, it's going to ask for a class. We're going to spawn our rifle.
Okay. Class rifle. Okay.
So we are spawning the rifle blueprints, and then it's going to ask for a spawn transform. This is asking for the location that we want this rifle to be spawned at.
Okay.
This doesn't really matter because we are going to attach this immediately to the arms. But for now, I can drag out my arms into my graph, and then we can get the world transform. So this will get the location of my arms in space. This is a transform instead of location,
Okay.
because transforms also contain rotations and scale. And if I drag from the transform, make transform, and then select it right there, we can see that
Oh, wow.
transform just contains our location, rotation, and scale. So that's what that is. I can plug that up. And then I want to make sure that this always spawns, ignoring collision.
Okay. Where did it? He took the arms from there, so that's get world transform. Oh my god, this is like next level.
Really unfortunate if the player spawns without a gun. And then we're going to immediately attach this gun to a component.
Okay.
Specifically attach it to the arm component. So drag from here and go attach component to component and select the sniper rifle like that. Because
Select
we do not want to attach only
Component to component. Okay. I don't have that. Wait, what? What did he search? Attach component to component. Ah, okay. Sniper. Cool.
the scope to my arms. I want to attach the entire sniper rifle and plug it up like that. Now for the parents, we're going to drag in arms once again and hook it up.
Ah, so basically parent is arms. Okay, cool.
So this is going to attach my rifle to my arms, and we need a location on my arms it's going to attach to. and that is the grip point. And make sure you spell it exactly like this, because there is a point on the
Grip point.
player's hand called grip points. And
Ah.
we're not going to keep relative. I want this to immediately snap to the grip points. So set this to snap to target, also snap to target, and snap to target.
Ah.
And then
All of them snap to target. Okay.
press compile. So this is what our game would
Okay.
be if we didn't run with it. So let me break that. And our player doesn't have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as soon as we spawn the gun and attach it to the arms, now the player has a weapon. So that's how you add weapons. And it's great because let's say if we have multiple
No shooting. No aiming down sight. Okay.
weapons, maybe we have a shotgun, then I could go in here and just change it out for a shotgun for the player to spawn with a different weapon.
Mhm.
All right, so we got one big issue, and that is pretty obviously, if I press the left mouse button, we don't fire the weapon. Also, if I look on the ground, the weapon shadow is showing, which I don't want to happen. So let me go into BP_rifle and select my static mesh components, come up here to details and type in shadow. We do not want to cast
BP rifle. Shadow. Oh, okay. Where did you find that? Shadow. Ah, cast shadow. Okay.
shadow right there. And let's not cast shadow right there. Okay, another thing I'm going
Okay, is it also on same on... Ah, okay. So not the scope, not the... Okay, both of them.
to do, selecting the static mesh, is come all the way down here to collision and set this to no collision.
Why? Collision. Collision presets, right? Yeah, no collision. For the gun too? Or no? Or just the scope?
That's because right now our gun will block our world. So we might walk up to a wall and then the gun will block the player, which is something that obviously doesn't have to happen. So select the static mesh again and select that to no.
So this one, no collision also. What are the other? Collision, block, overlap, all dynamic, they're all on pawn, specters, character mesh. But it's like... So this one like lets you walk on the wall with the gun and it doesn't do anything with it. How, like, okay, whatever. I guess, you know, like we're learning
That's not
eventually how
blocking the
to
player. Okay,
move the
now
gun
we're gonna
if
jump
you hit
into
the
the
wall
event
or
graph.
something.
We don't need any of these events, so delete it. We're going to create a custom event. So type
Okay. He didn't need any of that. Custom event. Hey, greedy. Don't hit you with that gun. Why not? It's a cool gun. Look at this gun. It's a cool gun. I'm good. How are you? You ended your
type in
stream?
custom event, and you can probably guess what this event will do.
Fire
That
gun.
is, it will fire.
Ah, fire.
And to make sure our fire event is working, you can probably guess what node we're going to do to debug.
Mhm.
And that is the print string. So
Print
let's go ahead and
string.
print string that.
Shoot.
And then we have to call this fire event within the first person character.
Ah, okay. Yeah, lost a good follower cause they got... Oh, wow. Really? Who was it? Who was it?
Because this is where we are going to have the left mouse click inputs. So down here,
Yeah, it is
right
childish,
click,
but who was it?
type in left mouse and select the left mouse button.
Okay. Who got butthurt? Okay, you tell me later. Left mouse button. Okay, so
button. So when I press the left mouse button,
I want to
this thing
fire.
will be activated, and then we want it to call the fire function.
Yep.
So I need a reference to the rifle we created, and I could get that reference all the way up here. So right after we spawn the rifle,
Just thought I'd pop in, bro. Gotta go eat. Ah, yeah, I'm starving too. I haven't
we
had
need a
breakfast yet.
variable that stores that rifle. So right click and go to promote to variable and call this rifle. The reason why is that a reference to this actor when it spawned will be outputted right here. So this is where I want to store it within that variable and then plug it up.
What did he do now? Why did he do that? All right, let's go back a little bit. Want to understand that why he does that.
You can probably guess what node we're gonna do to debug, and that is the print string. So let's go
Yeah,
ahead and
that's
print
fine. I
variable
don't
and
need
then
that.
plug it up. So now I can get that right with after when it and stores that right.
Oh, yeah, I
want
wanna
to
see.
rifle we created,
Okay.
and I could get that reference all the way up here.
Yes.
So right after we spawn the rifle, we need a variable that stores that rifle. So right click and go to promote to variable.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Love you, babe. Love you too. I just had a guys subbing for me. He knew a little bit for you. His name is Emo Giraffe. Not subbing, followed me. Emo Giraffe. He said he knows you. He heard you. Somebody told him about him. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, really. It's so funny. So what he said is like, wait a minute, where was he? So where did he go? Emo. Heard that guy. Another streamer told me that name. My nickname doesn't mean anything about me actually. I'm either an emo or a fan of giraffes. Just a nickname to hide my name online. So yeah.
And call this rifle. The reason why is that a ref
Where did you variable name up there? Okay. Rifle. Nice. Getting somewhere. Trying to steal your identity. No, he's an emo.
reference
Not
to
greedy.
this actor when it spawned
He's
will
emo.
be outputted right here. So this is where I want to store it within that variable and then plug it up.
Okay, so I have it correctly right now. Yes. Yes, I do. Why does it let me switch
So now
between
I
these
can
two
get that
quickly?
rifle, hold down control, left mouse button and let go to grab it.
Control and mouse. Okay, that's fine. Rifle. Okay. Why the alt tab doesn't work?
And then type in fire. And
Fire. Okay. Stop.
we can even see that this is a rifle because down here within the variables for type, it's selecting BB rifle and then plug that up. So now if I press the play button, you see top left hand corner, we get hello. That's how I know that.
Ah, so the rifle shoots already. What version UI is this? This one is 5.4.2. The newest one. Oh, it's shooting. It's shooting. Da, 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 da.
The fire event is working.
Mm-hmm.
So I can start to add my logic now right here. All right, so we need to spawn the projectile, and we're going to do it the same way that we spawned the rifle, but drag it from fire and using spawn actor from class. And we can also delete the print.
Okay. Well, Quest, you have enhanced inputs to look forward to. What's that? What's that? what is enhanced inputs? Honestly, Gameful, I have so many questions after master material for you yesterday. It's not even funny. Wait, can I okay, let's stop for a second. Let's compile. No, I can't compile it. I want to ask from you. I know it's a long explanation probably, but let me open my master material up. No, that's a brick. Never mind. Where's my master material? This one. Can you explain me, because he did not explain what specular means and why is it as a node like this? What is specular? Because Unreal Sensei doesn't touch that topic at all. He only uses roughness, metallic, base color, and normal on his master material. But this guy used also specular, which I don't understand what the hell that is. I still don't understand what specular does. And what I need to use as a, you know, like the texture for specular. I understand what roughness means. I understand what means albedo and everything else and roughing, but I don't understand what specular means. I could not figure it out. The strength of the light in... Oh, okay. But why it uses the texture then? And don't pay attention, I have everything is a little messy in here yet, so I haven't finished this completely yet, making it nice. Okay. So it does reflections, this texture does reflections then? Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll figure out. So this was all what I did yesterday. This and then the other master material from Unreal Sensei. So I have two of them now. Unreal Sensei 1 is I think 2 levels. This is 6 levels, supposedly. It uses the texture because light can react. Yes, okay, gotcha. But the thing is, you know, like I still don't understand which texture to use it in here, because it doesn't say any texture that I download specular anywhere. So will I use the same one as I use for the albedo? No, not albedo, but for the roughness, or which one? Or surface imperfection? Which texture should I use? Or it doesn't matter which texture you're using, because the texture that makes the lights is the one that you are telling it to use. I'm sorry if it's complicated, but my mind is like overdrive right now. That's my question right now. But okay, we don't do master material right now. We can come back to it later. Yes, save. You typically use your diffuse as the... What the hell is diffuse? Oh, I gotta learn. God, I gotta go put some socks on. My AC's on. My feet are cold. Give me a second. I'll be back. Wait. Never mind. Oh, well. Okay. Ah, diffuses albedo. Oh, so on the master material, let me open it up again. So you're saying the master material texture for specular needs to be the same as albedo? I wonder what it does if I'm doing this. So this is muddy sand. Doesn't look it does much. Oh, Austria scored. Huh. Because this one doesn't do any. It just goes darker a little bit when I put the same one. But I guess that's how it reacts. So basically, whatever you put in here changes the complexity of the light. Okay, I gotcha. So basically, the darker thing you're using here, the more it probably makes it darker, right? Let's see. Do I have anything crazy? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. No, I don't save. All right, let's continue with this.
Print string says that was just there for debugging. So for the class, that will be projectile. We are going to create our own projectile.
Projectile. We're gonna do our own projectile too.
In just a second. And then we need a location to spawn this projectile. So of course, this should be spawned at the muzzle of the gun. But we need a way to indicate that, hey, it should be spawned here and it should point in this direction. And we can do that by adding a component called arrow. And keep in mind that the player will not see this arrow, so we're safe. So let me go ahead and let's rotate this, make sure snapping is turned on.
Okay, so he's on BP rifle viewport. Add. Arrow. Ah, okay. Got it.
90 degrees exactly. And then place the arrow at the very front of the gun. This is where the bullets will be spawned. And actually, let me go decrease the arrow size since it's a little bit too big. And place it.
Okay. Oh, what a shot. Okay. Why it doesn't want to? $90 degrees. You said move it forward. Where are you going? I hate this thing sometimes. I don't understand why I can't. Where did it go? Alright, now I lost it completely. Alright, never mind. Let's do it again. Oh, okay. Rotate this. Can't select it sometimes. Let me. Okay, gotcha. I need to figure out how to get these like the planes easier. Because right now it's like non-stop. How did it make it smaller?
With the same thing. Yeah, never mind. Like this, maybe. That's what he did. Ah, he made it thinner. Ah, okay. I guess let's make it a little bit longer, but thinner. Okay. Looks okay. Nope. Blueprint bad. What? What the hell was that now? Why did I get an error now? Uh-oh. Oh no. What happened? No, I know that is still messed up, but I mean, like, why I can't see the thing anymore? All right, let's see what it does.
Now within the event graph, I can grab my arrow and get the world transform right there and plug it up.
Okay, gotcha. Get world location, right? I think. Transform, never mind. Get? No, not get. Why I have different one? How did he get this one? What the fuck? I have something off right now.
World transform.
Get world transform. Okay. Ah, okay, gotcha.
Form right there and plug it up. Now the first person projectile will be spawned at the arrow.
Okay. It compiled now, and we have a gun working. Nice. I guess I pressed the compile too early. Gotcha. Tiny balls. Tiny balls. The balls look so weird. But okay.
So if I press play, we should. Okay. Now we're able to spawn our balls just like beforehand. But you'll see that there's no impact. It's just flying out. I want a little animation to tell the player that, hey, something is coming out of the gun. So we will do that by playing an animation on the arms. But in order to play an animation on the arms, we need a reference to the player character. So let me get player character and then cast to first person character to get access.
What? Get player character and cast to first person character? Get player character. Okay. Okay, got that. And cast to BP. First person character. Okay, so basically that means we're just moving the body, right?
To those arms. So now that we have a reference to this blueprint, I could drag from here and get the arms component go all the way down here and get the arms.
Get arms. I could have. Oh no, arms are different. Okay.
Okay, now I can drag from arms and get the anim instance.
Get anim instance. Okay.
We need this in order to play animations. And then finally drag from here. I know there's a lot to get access to the arms, but drag from here and do a play montage. So select montage.
Montage play. Okay. Cast means you're confirming the reference is that type of class which gives you access. Ah, okay, gotcha. Okay, now I have a like a. The hell? The hell just happened? Oh, panel. Okay. What is he now? Okay, so he got all of this. So I moved this a little bit more further out, so it's not bothering us right away. It's too
Play.
messy right now,
And
but
then hook it up like that.
we need to hook these two up. Not with that anymore then? What? I guess so.
So it's asking for an animation. This animation already comes with Unreal's default template. So select FB underscore rifle, shoot.
Ah. Okay, penalty. Let's see. 3-1 Austria.
Montage, and then plug this up. So this is a lot of nodes.
Yes,
but
it
that's
is.
Okay. Before we press play, let's jump back into my game mode, because I noticed that, at least for play testing purposes, this time is too little. So let's set it to a time of 1000.
Okay.
Okay, press play. And now when I fire, you can see the weapon recoiling.
Oh, that was the recoil that we built just now. Nice. Oh, yeah. I guess it does. Bullet is too soft still, but it's
Now we should
okay.
add 2 more nodes to the fire. And that is, of course, sound. And another one is a particle effect.
Yes.
So every
Okay.
time I fire, there'll be a little bit of smoke and a muzzle flash.
Okay.
Okay, let's go into the rifle. And right after we spawn the actor, play sound at location.
Play sound at location.
And this location will just be our rifle's location in our world. So I can drag from a location and get actor location. So this will get the rifle location. And then for a sound, we already have a sound. And that is weapon, rifle, punch.
Ah. Get actor location. So that actor location is the location of the gun then? So basically what we need to do is that sniper comes that as a target soon, right?
Now when I fire,
Ah, okay. Let's see. It already should work. But why it didn't put rifle in there? Did he put rifle in there? No, he didn't. He put self. Okay. I guess it works.
weapon, rifle, punch. Now when I fire, we get some sound. And we will now spawn a particle effect. And this particle effect is a system, so go spawn, system, attached. The reason why we're using attached,
Okay. It's getting more complicated in every step, which is good. Love it.
is because I want to attach this system to the arrow right here. So go back into event graph, and the system is p_muzzle flash. This came with the downloadable content.
Okay.
So select it,
Muzzle flash. Okay.
and we can view the muzzle flash by going into sci-fi weapons effects and double click muzzle flash. So here is the little muzzle flash we'll be adding to the muzzle of my gun.
Oh, okay.
And the component will be the muzzle, which is arrow. So attach it like that.
Okay. Arrow.
And we can leave everything as blank.
Okay.
So now when I press play and when I fire,
Oh, there is a smoke. There's a lemon fire a little bit. That's nice. Cast means you're confirming the reference in type of class. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
you'll see that we get a little bit of a flash. And that flash is even affecting lumen. So it lights up my world.
Oh yeah, it
At this
does.
point, we are almost done with the rifle.
Okay.
What we did was that we took the weapon logic that was right here within the first person character and turned that into its own blueprint. That's how, if we do have multiple weapons, we can switch in between them.
Okay.
And if we go to the event graph, what I'm doing is that at first when the player presses fire, we get that player's arms, and then we play an animation on those arms. We then, of course, spawn the projectile, and then we play sound at location
And muzzle.
add a little muzzle flash.
Okay.
So really, for this event, we could have just gone away with one node, and that is the spawn actor. We didn't have to add an animation, sound, or particle effect, but then the gun felt stiff. It didn't feel like an actual gun. It didn't feel fun to fire, and the point of us making a game is to make a fun game. So even though it doesn't add any gameplay effects, it does look nicer when we fire, and it can be a little bit addicting. We have one last change I want to make, and that is the ball projectile, because it doesn't feel like a bullet.
Nope.
It's a bouncing ball, and I don't know any guns in real life that shoot out a bouncing ball that just completely disappear after 5 seconds. So let's create our own projectile that is a little bit more realistic.
Okay.
So control space, we will go to blueprints, right click, create a new blueprint class, and this will be an actor because
Okay.
the projectile is in the world space.
Okay.
And this is BP_
Bullet. Okay. Gotcha. Some blueprints. Where is blueprints?
Double click here to go into it.
Okay. Cool.
Now we're essentially creating a bullet tracer. So when the player fires a bullet, they'll see a line flying by really fast.
Okay.
So we first have to add in a collision. So type in collision, That's how this tracer knows when it hits something. So select sphere collision right there.
What?
And then for the size, we want to make this really small. So I found a value of 2 to be good. So the smallest it could possibly be. Also, we don't need this default scene root. So hold down the left mouse button, hover over default scene root,
Ah, okay. So that erases it, thingy. Okay, gotcha.
and let go. Now we need to also add in a sphere, basic shape sphere. So this will be a static mesh.
Just a sphere. Okay. Okay.
Sphere. And this is just floating in the air. Actually, let me go show what this looks like if we do spawn it. So go to BP underscore rifle, and instead of spawning the first person projectile, let's spawn the bullet blueprint we just created. Okay. So if I press play and spawn it, obviously that doesn't really look realistic. So we need to make that a lot.
But that's cool, you know, like that you can like that's how you make those Minecraft kind of games, you know, like where you put the blocks and stuff. Same way, pretty much, right? Spawn, you know, like when you need to put something on the ground. That's the code for that, pretty much.
Lot smaller. Go back into the bullets, and within scale, I found a value of 0.1 in the x-axis, 0.1 y.
Okay. For scale, I'm gonna close it. No, he probably does it, you know, like so. It's one is a little bit longer, kind of, but Minecraft is yeah, of course that. But I'm just saying, you know, like to make the character put things down, you know, like let's say even a gun putting down, you know, like you can do it so he just interacts with things with the same code. That's what I meant, you know, like more right now.
And 0.1 z. Okay, so now if I spawn, you know that's a better size, but it's just floating in space. So we need to add.
Are they really that big right now? Oh no, I didn't change the. Where was this? This one was bullet, right? Yes. My bullets are not even round from. See, they're like along. Like it's. I'm like. I'm like pooping eggs. Look at this. On this side, it's like gold balls. This side, it's like oval. I don't know why is this like little thingy, but I think it's because I messed with the arrow on the where is this the rifle. Our rifle is here, viewport, because I think this is somehow like a oval or something, probably. That's why. Yep, it is oval a little bit. Yep. It isn't, but that's the fun part, you know, like it's
Add projectile movement. And to do that is really easy. Just come up to the add button and type in projectile. So now we're able to add projectile movement to the ball.
projectile movement. Okay.
And it's asking for initial speed and a max speed. If we put in something like 500 and 500 for initial speed and max speed, press play. Now you can see that, okay, it's firing and it's going into the direction of my gun. And the reason why it's going into that direction is because if we go back into the rifle, we are getting the arrow's rotation. So the rotation that this arrow has is a direction of our projectile.
Okay.
Because within the world transform, if I drag from here and break, it contains the rotation. Also make sure that if your bullet scale is off, that's because it's grabbing from the arrow scale.
See, he
So
said
if I
the
go to
same thing
viewport
right now.
and select the arrow, I could have scaled it up with the scale gizmo, which would actually change those values there. And it is those values which will then be fed into the spawn actor, which the spawn
Okay.
actor will then use because
Gotcha.
it's getting the world transform. So to prevent that from happening, I scaled it within the arrow components. That's how it won't use that scale value. Now let's jump back into our bullets.
Okay,
And of
gotcha.
course, this has to be a lot more than 500. I found a value of 13,000 to feel like a bullet. Of course,
13,000. Okay. But it doesn't hit anything. I guess it doesn't have collision yet. I guess we gotta work on that now.
feel free to change these. Maybe you want your bullet to be faster or slower, but this is what we have now. So it just fires into the air. And this looks great, but it doesn't feel like a bullet. Because if you've ever seen tracers in real life, then you know that they have an emissive value to them because they light up the world. So to make our bullet emissive, we need to add an emissive material. Luckily for you, within sci-fi weapons, materials, we have M_emissive bullet. So if I double click to go inside of it, this is the material. It's really simple. It's just being fed a color into the emissive color. And if you want to learn how to create your own materials, you can check out the other UE5 beginner tutorial where I go over materials and environment design in depth. So let's go ahead and let's make sure that our sphere is selected and then
I could basically... Oh, it was on sci-fi weapons material, right? Why it doesn't let me do that now?
drag this onto the material slot and let.
Why it doesn't let me do that? Why it doesn't let me do that? What I'm doing wrong? I am on sphere, but I can't select anything at the moment. Why it's locked? Ah, Tommy, I'm in game still. Okay, gotcha. Little things, but
Go. Now this feels like a bullet.
does it? Oh yeah, it's way better. But gun does not shoot where the crosshair is. It shoots way other side.
So I can fire and everything is working great, except when I try to fire
There's no
into the
collision.
target, it's not working. And that's because if we jump back into my target blueprint by selecting it and pressing Control E to edit it, you'll see that, we're checking if a first person projectile is hitting it.
All right.
Not if a bullet is. That's a simple fix. Drag from actor and go cast to BP bullets. And then
BP bullet. Okay.
select that and delete it. Okay, so now
Ah.
this will work. Where if I compile, go back to first person map, press play. Now if I hit it, you can see it is still not working. And that's because we need to make some adjustments to my bullet's collision.
Okay.
So number one, this sphere that we have right here, I don't want that to collide with anything. That's just there to make our bullets look more aesthetic.
Uh-huh.
It is this sphere, so the collision sphere,
Uh-huh.
which will handle my collision. So
Okay.
let me press Control Z to move that back into the middle. And with the sphere selected, make sure for collision presets, it is set to no collision.
Ah, okay, gotcha. No collision. Is it sphere? It's sphere. No collision. Okay.
But for the sphere, this is set to block all.
Oh. Block all. Okay, so what is this? No collision, block all, overlap all, block all dynamics. Ah, so here you can only say what it can shoot and what it can shoot. Nice. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Now this should work. Now if I hit a target, the score increases.
Oh, and it leaves the burning mark in there? Really? Yeah, it does. That's cool. It leaves the...
1, 2, 3, 4. We won the game. But you'll see that when I do hit it, the bullet just sits there. Or if I hit this, the bullet isn't being destroyed. And that just looks really weird. Maybe that's good if you're creating like a bow and arrow, but in our case, I want the bullet
Yes,
to be
bow and arrow
destroyed
would
when
be
it hits
nice,
something.
yes.
So this is where we're finally going to jump into the event graph. We haven't even edited anything yet. Let's delete all those and select the sphere, scroll all the way down and on component hit. So when this does hit something, we will drag.
Hey, Maya Mystic. How you going? How's everything? It's been a while. Yes, it's been. How you been?
From here and it will destroy
Actor.
itself. So select destroy actor. Okay.
Good. Glad you're here. Glad you're here.
So if we hit it, it just disappears like that.
Okay.
But I don't want it to disappear. Instead, I want it to shoot some sparks and leave a bullet hole. So within the bullet, before we destroy it, I want to spawn
Learning
a
Unreal
system
Engine.
at location.
Spawn system at location. Okay, gotcha. Did you get new stuff from Fiverr? No, I have done them myself now. I started doing a lot of stuff myself because a lot of people been they say they gonna do something and then they're not gonna do something, and I don't want to deal with
Another
that
particle
time wasting.
Just like how we're spawning a particle effect for the muzzle right here. And instead of spawning system attach, because we're attaching this to the muzzle, we will just spawn it at location. And this will be the other effect that's within sci-fi weapons effects, and that is P_projectile sparks. So go.
Ah, that's sparks. Okay. Yeah, there was somebody, you know, like I ordered the emojis again, and then they're sending me the work, and it's like a 5-year-old with a painted it. So I was like, whatever, I can't deal with it.
And select that right there. Now it's asking for a location, and we could get that location by dragging from hit and typing in break. So hit.
From hit break. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, you know, like right now seems people like to waste my time.
That the sphere did hit. And if I select this arrow to bring down the drop down, we get all this information. So it looks intimidating, but we're only going to use some of it. And that is, we're going to use the hit location. So drag location right there. And then we need a rotation. So in which direction are the sparks going to fly?
Ah, okay. That's interesting. Where's the rum gone? I'm really excited to start working on new custom stuff. Yeah, I understand. So
Totally get that. I haven't figured that out yet. But also now I'm doing this, so maybe I'll change all of my stuff soon to like, I don't know, 3D or something. Who knows?
Fly. Because if I press play now,
If I learn how to
come
do
up to
these
this wall.
things, it's gonna be easy.
you'll see that it's spawning in the wrong direction. It's going to the right. I want it to spawn in the direction that the bullet hit the wall. So let's go into bullets, and I can get that direction by dragging out of impact normal. So impact normal will give the hit direction, and then I can hover over rotation and let go. So even though
Impact normal. Why? Impact normal gives you rotation? How? Okay. I guess we're learning that, how it does that. Yeah, I know. It will take months, but I mean, like, I have time. I'm gonna go Europe in, what now? 2 weeks?
this is a normal,
3
we can
months?
convert that into rotation. And now this should work. So press compile. And when I hit something, okay, we can see the sparks are going in the direction of the wall.
Let's see. Yeah, looks okay.
And we also, of course, we need to hook it back up to the
A normal is a term in materials that show the direction. Ah, okay, gotcha. That's also
destroy
the
actor.
normal. So on the master material, the normal is also. So on the master material, the normal is the same thing, right? Not gonna pitch you anymore. No, I mean, like, it's not about pitching, you know, like it's just doing things eventually. Nothing much, nothing else. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Maya. So if I take this, so this normal is the depth, right? So this gives the depth, you know, like of the item, like how it's like rocky or like holes and everything else. It gives the deepness, right? So that's the deepness, and the normal on the it shows the direction. Okay. A bit confusing, but we'll figuring out.
Now when I play my game and I fire my weapon, it's going to leave a bullet hole and shoot out sparks in the direction of the wall.
Okay, so no bullet anymore? Really? Is that a hole or that's a... No, that's still a bullet. What did he do, you know, like that he got the bullet away? I missed already. I've been watching...
The wall.
I was in ads, so if...
And we also,
yeah, I was
of
talking
course,
with
we need
you,
to
but
hook
it's
it back up
okay.
To the destroy actor.
It's okay.
Now when I play my game,
Ah, okay, I didn't have the destroy actor on. Oh, it is a bullet hole. Nice. Normals will make sense if you dive into 3D modeling. Okay, what I was asking about you, you know, like when you got ad, I'm sorry about ads, but it's a fucking Twitch, you know, like on the master materials or materials at all is normal also. So normal is also depth, right? So depth, normal is the depth, and also is I guess normal is also, you know, like the pane where it sits. If I understand correctly, right? The lore, not lore, but, you know, like the, what's it face? You know, like the proper saying things or whatever. I'm sorry, English is not my first language, you know, like English is my second, no, it's my first basically, but, you know, like it's not my main language where I grew up. So sometimes, you know, like I can't express myself with some words maybe. Oh, okay. I guess we continue with the bullet.
and I fire my weapon, it's going to leave a bullet hole and shoot out sparks in the direction of the wall. So we can even see all the bullet holes that we're creating, and it looks pretty nice. So if I restart the game, hit 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we won. So now our gun and our bullet feels a lot nicer than the default Unreal weapon. We do have one big issue, and if you had an eagle eye, you probably notice it, and that is our bullet doesn't go into the direction of our crosshair. It doesn't go into the middle of the screen.
Nope.
Instead, it's random, or it depends on the animation of my gun. I want it where when I point at something, the bullet will go directly to where the crosshair is pointing at. So if I'm pointing into the middle of this grid and I fire, I want to go into the middle of the square, not off to the side. The reason why this is happening is because if you go back into the event graph on my right, we are using the rotation of my arrow, which is attached to the muzzle. That means even during animation, when the muzzle is a little bit up, then our bullet will be fired in that direction. So we get kind of like a recoil effect, where the more we fire, the less accurate it is. And maybe you want that to be intentional, kind of like recoil control in CSGO. But in our case, I do want to get rid of it. Jump back into BP_rifle and go to the event graph. And instead of using the rotation of my arrow, we will use the rotation of the first person camera. So whatever my camera is looking at is where the bullet is going to go. Which is also where the middle of the screen my crosshair is pointing at.
Yeah, normal texture and texture. Yes. That's what I understood how normal is on the master materials on textures.
So go back into BP_rifle. And luckily for us, we already have a reference to the first person character right there. So I can drag from here and go get camera and go all the way down here to get the
first person camera under bullet. No, rifle. Never mind. Not bullet, rifle. Okay.
first person camera. Now I'm going to drag out and get world rotation.
Get world rotation. Okay.
Okay, so I want to use this rotation. The only issue is I can't just plug it up right there because it's a transform. And a transform contains the location.
So it helps fake geometry on flat surfaces by adding light and... Yes. Normal in 3D modeling shows essentially which side of an object actually shows the texture. Ah. Ah, no. I understand. Yeah. I got you. Gameful, I got you. Yeah. I understand that. That wasn't that confusing.
Rotation and scale. So what I will do is drag from the transform, make transform, and then select that. So now that we have access to the location, rotation, and scale in the...
Ooh.
Individually, I can use the first person camera's rotation.
So rotation goes to rotation.
And then, of course, I still want to spawn my bullet at the muzzle's location. So I can drag from arrow and go get world location right there. And then plug this up.
Ah, okay. Wait. Ah, no, not from here. Wait a minute. Not from here.
Okay, we don't need the world transform, so I could delete that.
Oh, okay. So why don't you delete before?
And now when I play my game, and then if I look at the middle of my grid right there and I fire, my bullet will go into that direction. And we no longer have that issue where the more I fire,
Yeah, so basically he made the gun just shooting straight right now. I would love to have eventually still as where the how you say can't do it like that quick. Okay, let's see. I put them too far apart. I got 6 of 7. Okay, that's fine.
the more recoil we have. Again, if you did like that feature, then you can leave it in. But in my case, I want to make it as accurate as possible.
Okay.
Now that the gun feels great to fire, we need to add impact. Since when the bullet hits the target, there's nothing to tell the player that the target was hit. They have to check their score and see if the target was hit. That makes our bullet feel weak. Normally, when a fast-moving object hits another object, it destroys it. So that is what we're going to do right now. We will use Chaos Physics, which is Unreal's physics engine, to destroy our target into a bunch of different pieces.
Okay, cool.
Before we go over how to destroy objects, we need to cover the very basics of physics in Unreal Engine. So right now, if I drag in SM_target, flip this around, and if I press play, turn around, by default, objects are just floating in space. They have no physics. In order to tell Unreal, hey, I want to add a physics to this object, we need to go into the details panel, and down here under physics, select simulate physics.
Okay.
Now when I press play, that object has physics, it fell to the ground, and I can kick it over. And you can see its physics flying. And here's another tip. Notice how I keep on having to play my game in order to see the physics in my world. What I can do, instead of playing the game, which will possess my player character, if I still want to fly around like normal in the editor, within the drop down up here, I can select simulate. Or the shortcut is Alt and S.
Alt
instead
S.
of playing my game. So now if I simulate it, then we are simulating my world. I can see the physics, but I can fly around my world and still make edits like normal. So I can move this box down, and then I can use this box to knock over that target. When I'm simulating my game, not every object can be moved. The reason why we were able to move this box was because it is set to movable. And also we set to simulate physics.
Okay.
As soon as I turn on simulate physics on an object, that will be set to movable. Unreal's default behavior, if I add in, let's go add in a sphere.
It's not movable.
Unreal's default behavior
Static.
is to set it to static. That means throughout the duration of the game, or
Gotcha.
when we're simulating our game, this object will never move. And we can even see that in action. If I press simulate, I'm unable to move this object. But as soon as I set it to movable, then I can start to move it. So I can like knock it down like that, and then grab it in the X and Y axis and hit it like we're playing air hockey.
Oh,
So now that I know how to simulate my world,
so we can do a air
and still
hockey
be able to
fucking
move objects,
game quickly.
knock over different physics objects, let's go over the basics of destruction. And before we destroy an object, we first need the object that we want to destroy in our world. And in this case, it's going to be our target. Now, it's very important before we destroy object, and you want your object to be in the rotation and scale that this object will be when you're reusing it. Now, in our case, I did change the rotation. Make sure this rotation is set to 0, 0, 0, and the scale is set to 1, 1, 1. Okay, now that it is, I can hop over up here to the mode selector.
Why?
And within the dropdown, we get all these different nodes. Now we do cover landscape and foliage.
Why? Why does he do that? Why it needs to be 1, 1, 1? Like the all zeros. I guess let's do one, like, let's do extra one. Where is the target? Pull it out. Ah, never mind. It needs to be 000 and 111. Okay, so it's this way now. Okay, I guess it's this way.
Within the other beginner tutorial, but in this tutorial, we will go over fracturing. So this is chaos destruction. This is how you destroy objects in Unreal Engine with this mode.
Okay.
Now, before we can do anything, we first have to create a new destruction object by clicking on the new button.
Okay, so he selected this and took fracture mode. Aha, gotcha.
It's going to ask us, where do we want to save this destruction object? I want to save it within target right there. And it already gave us a name as
New target. Yes.
SM_target geometry collection. So object
SM target geometry collection. It doesn't do that for me. Why does it give him automatically this name, but it doesn't for me? It doesn't matter. SM target geometry collection. Change the
objects that
screen.
can be destroyed in Unreal Engine are called geometry collections. So let's create it. And now you'll see that this material did change.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
And within that folder we saved it to, we have this brand new asset. And this asset has a bunch of settings. So let me
Where does... I don't have it. I don't have it. You have it. I don't.
get all these different nodes. Now we do cover use the default of uniform. And immediately you'll start
That's too much already.
set to then a drop beginner tutorial. But in this tutorial, we will go over fracturing. So this is chaos destruction. This is how you destroy objects in Unreal Engine with this mode. Now, before we can do anything, we first have to create a new destruction object by clicking on the new button. It's going to ask us, where do we want to save this destruction object? I want to save it within target right there. And it already gave us a name, SM_target geometry collection.
Why don't I have... I don't have that. Oh, I do have it. No, it's okay. Yeah, I understand. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't you worry about that. I am still trying to figure this thing out, so it's fine. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere until now. I want to figure it out how to do this nonsense. Because I don't understand this target geometry right now at all. Because it does different things for him than it does for me. But okay, we'll
Objects that
figuring
can be
out.
destroyed in Unreal Engine are called geometry collections. So let's create it. And now you'll see that this material did change. And within that folder we saved it to, we have this brand new asset. And this asset has a bunch of settings. So let me close that for now and let's go over what is happening right here. And this looks very complicated. Now, don't worry, I would say you're never really going to use any of these tools except for very specific circumstances. In my circumstance, I just want to add a basic destroy to this mesh. So I want to divide it up. And to do that, I can use any of these fracture tools right here. So maybe you want to destroy a brick wall, you would select brick. But in my case, I'm going to use the default of uniform. And immediately,
Okay. Ah, okay. So it
you will start to see that
breaks
we
like
are
that.
slowly starting to break up my object. But we're not breaking up our object just yet. Because within the fracture tool right here, I first have to select fracture. As soon as I select this, then this mesh will be sliced up in the direction of these lines. And you can always change any of these lines. Let's say if you want a little bit more, then you could come up here and change it. Or you could just leave it at the default of 20. And then scroll down and select fracture. Now this will create a brand new window in the top right.
Ah, so you can basically it destroys it even more, so it goes even more. Nice, okay. And if you press this, it made the thing. Okay.
Right hand corner. And right here, you'll see that we now get 20 different
20. So for me, it made more. Yeah, okay. So for me, it made more. Okay, gotcha.
individual meshes. So these meshes is what our object is going to break into when it hits.
Ah. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So it's every piece has its own. Ah, nice.
Something. And I can even come up here, and this is just a preview. It's not going to change anything because it's under view settings. But if I increase my explode amounts, we can get a better sense of the geometry that's being created. Now, this is the first level of destruction. We can add another level by fracturing it again. So we need to make sure that we have the root selected up here. And then I'm going to select fracture another time. So now each of those 20 pieces will be divided into even smaller pieces. And coming up here to explode, we'll get a better sense of that. So we will add another layer. So I found that 3 layers look good. You can honestly play with any of these values or add as many layers as you like. So let me press fracture again. And now we have 3 different layers of destruction. So the first layer will be the first to be destroyed.
Oh, so he... It's like pieces. That's pretty cool.
And then after that, the second layer and the third layer. Now, let me bring that back to 0. And I think we are good. So let me press cancel. And we will leave fracture mode, go back into the default of selection mode.
Ah, okay. We done? Okay.
And we have this really weird material. That's okay. Within the details panel, we can get rid of that by going into general and uncheck show bone colors to get back my original material.
Ah. Where was this bone? Okay, gotcha.
That material was just there to help us, the developers, see what the different pieces are. Okay, so now if I simulate, it falls to the ground and nothing has happened. That's
Oh, I didn't put physics on also, right? Where's physics? Ah, simulate physics. I have it on. Never mind. Does nothing. It fell flat. It fell flat.
Because, at least for this object, it's hard to destroy it. So we could change how easy it is to destroy this object with physics by opening up the geometry collection right here within the content browser right here. So this is where that geometry cluster is being saved that we just created. And to make it easier, I will uncheck mass as density and bring up
Mass as density. Ah, okay. Cool. Nope.
minimum mass clamp to 1. So now if I press Alt and S, you can see that it
Ah. Oh no. Oh no. Broke a piece off from it. That's so cool. Quick bathroom break. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. We have a little bit to go still, so let's see.
was destroyed just a little bit, but in order to destroy more, I can grab this movable sphere, bring it down, and then let's smash it like that. So it is really fun. I can basically see it be destroyed,
Pieces.
grab it, and then slam it against the wall and see all those pieces fly everywhere.
Nice.
Kind of reminds me of
That's pretty cool. Moving and snapping. What the hell? Why can't I move things? Doesn't matter. It's okay. Let's continue.
this mod. I don't want gravity to be able to destroy my target.
Uh-huh.
I want it where when the player fires at the target,
Then
it
the
will be
destroy.
destroyed. So let me go ahead and let's rest this target against the wall. Let's go right here. That's how it doesn't get destroyed immediately. I want to play my game again. So come up here and select the selected viewport. Now, so I'm playing my game, and then when I fire on it, I want it to destroy the target. Right now, it's not doing anything. To do that, we need to add a force to my bullets.
Ah.
So control space. Let's go back into my first person blueprints and open up the bullet blueprints. So right here, whenever it does hit a location, I want to spawn a force field in that location. And luckily for us, Unreal has already built in some force field blueprints we can use. So let's drag from here and go spawn actor from class.
Spawn actor from class. Okay.
And specifically, the actor we're going to spawn is FS Master Field.
Okay.
And select that. So this is a force field that comes with Unreal Engine, and we can even open up this blueprint to see what it's doing. So if I click on this little magnifying glass, it will jump to that location in Unreal Engine, and notice how instead of it being under the content folder, it's under the engine folder. This means it's built directly into Unreal Engine. So if I double click, here is the blueprint. So it is really complicated.
Okay.
But luckily for us, all we need to know is that when it is created, it's going to add a force at that spawn location.
Okay.
So I can drag from this location and drag it all the way over to spawn transform and let go. So
Location to spawn transform.
this will convert the location into a spawn transform. And the transform will have a rotation of 0, 0, 0 and a scale of 1, which is what we want.
Okay.
Okay, so now if I compile, what is happening is that when the bullet hits something, it will spawn our particle effects, and then it will spawn the force field and then destroy itself. Okay, so if I shoot it,
Nothing.
notice how there's a little bit of a delay. It's almost like there's a one.
There is a delay, yeah. Simulating. Why are you simulating? I don't need you to never mind. Kolme. 3 hours? What? Stop simulating. Oh, it destroys it. Okay, cool. And it's pieces. Okay, cool.
1 second delay before I shoot it,
Uh-huh.
and then it explodes. So that is
Needs to be on
default
impact.
built into the master field. It doesn't explode immediately. To make it explode immediately, drag from here and type in CE trigger. So this will just trigger it right off the bat. And then after we trigger it, to make sure that the force field isn't being applied anymore, because I want it to just be a burst, I will drag from return value and then destroy the actor.
CE trigger. Destroy actor. That's on bullet. What? From here. Okay, gotcha.
So it's created and then it's destroyed immediately. And of course, hook it up to this destroy actor.
Why it's double? I don't understand. Why it needs to destroy the actor twice?
which is destroying the self, the actual bullet. Okay.
Ah,
now
double
we
destruction,
spawn on the
right?
master field, we trigger that field, and then we destroy the field, and then destroy the bullets.
Gotcha.
Press play. If I come over here and fire, it will be destroyed.
Ah, instantly. Nice. And it goes pieces. But nothing happens with those. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. Is that calculated as a... No, it's not. It's not a target.
immediately, and I could keep on firing at these chunks to destroy different ones.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I noticed there's a glitch. When I look at the floor, and then when I fire, my player is moving. And that's because within the bullets, the bullet is colliding with the player character, something we don't want to happen. So select the sphere, and then in the collision preset dropdown, change it from block all to custom. And
BP bullet. Run viewport. Sphere that, right? Yep. Collision present. Where is that? Ah, here. Custom.
I want to pretty much block everything except the pawn, which is our player. So that will be ignored.
Ah.
Okay, now if I press play, we don't have that glitch, but we can still destroy targets and increase our score. Okay, we're gonna bring this geometry collection we created and add it to the blueprint right here. So we can select any of my target blueprints and press Ctrl E to automatically edit them. Now within the viewports, instead of using the static mesh targets, we're gonna use the geometry collection targets. That was in target right here.
Oh, okay. So now we gotta go back. Okay. Ah, I have it already up here. Cool.
And also let's save everything so we don't lose that progress. Okay, so I'm going to delete that static mesh and select yes. It's giving us a warning because we are making a reference to it right here. I can delete that too. And then add a geometry collection. And within here for the rest collision, and let me dismiss that to get rid of it. For the rest collision, drag in the geometry collision we just created and let go.
Okay, let's try again.
My player is moving. Targets, instead of using the static mesh targets, we're going to use the geometry collection targets. That was in target right here. And also let's save everything so we don't lose that progress. Okay, so I'm going to delete that static mesh.
I guess this. Yes.
And select yes. It's giving us a warning because we are making a reference to it right here. I can delete that too.
Huh?
And then add a geometry
Add
collection.
geometry collection.
And within here for the rest collision, and let me dismiss that to get rid of it. For the rest collision, drag in the geometry.
Rest collision. Ah, it is already here. It's already here. I guess I...
Geometry collision, we just created and let go. So now we have it, but there is a big issue. When I press play, it just falls and they start getting destroyed.
let's see. I want to see this on mine.
Something that shouldn't happen.
Okay.
So by default, within the target, for the geometry collection, we will go down to simulate physics, and they will not simulate physics to start with.
Ah, okay. PP target. Simulate physics, take that off. Okay, let's see.
So if I press play, they won't fall and crumble.
But will they be destroyable?
Now jumping back into the target, we need a new hit collision that will then activate all this logic. Because right now we don't have any events hooked up to it. So to get that collision, let's create a brand new one, and it will be a box collision. So the bullet will have to hit
add box collision. Okay, cool.
this box. And let me make it just a little bit smaller like that.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So that it's encompassing the majority of the target, like right there.
Ah, okay. So he doesn't do that. That's fine.
And also within the geometry collection, make sure it's set to block all, just in case, so the pieces don't fall through.
Geometry collection is set to block all.
through the floor. Now with box selected, I want to set this also to block all.
Okay, box is also block all. Yes, box before the target. Does that change anything?
So it will be blocking my bullet and select on component hit like that. Now we're going to hook up this event to my nodes. So when this box is hit, we're going to see if it's a bullet. Let's double check this is working. Press play. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, so his game works. Let's see, does mine work now? It works. But only this one is destroyable right now. Okay, cool.
Okay, so this is working great. Now this is the part where we add in physics. So if this is hit, and it's the first time being hit, then we will drag out the geometry collection, and we will set simulate physics to true.
Set simulate physics. Okay.
So now we want it where it can fall to the ground. But it won't fall to the ground because
Ah, simulate to right. Okay.
remember, as soon as a bullet hits something, then we spawn a force field. Okay, so if I hit it, it will be destroyed. So
Oh wow, works already? Just because of that? That's cool.
this looks really cool now with my targets. But we do have one issue, and that is if I destroy a target and then try to walk through it, the player is getting blocked.
Ah.
So after that target is destroyed, we need to get rid of that box collision right here. After we set simulate physics and before we add the score, let me move it. I will drag from box and go set collision enabled and then set it to no collision.
Ah, okay.
So that will allow the player to go through the targets or the bullets to also go through the targets. And we didn't have to hook it up right here. We could have also hooked it up at the end of add score. The ordering doesn't matter for this logic. So let's press play again. And now if I fire, I can go through it and it won't be blocking the bullets. And there's one.
Pieces. Nice.
One last change I want to make. If we destroy something, you'll see that, okay, the interior of my mesh doesn't have a material. It just looks really weird. And that's because we need to set a material to the interior of the mesh so we don't get these plain colors. And to do that, we're going to go into the target blueprints, go back into the viewports, and make sure we have geometry collection selected. Now, element 0 will be our main material. This is the material that we can see, but element 1 will be the secondary material. So this is the material that's inside. And right now, it's set to the wrong one. So luckily for
I don't have that. I have M target, but I don't have that. How does he have 3 different materials and I have only one? I don't understand that.
for us, if we go into the target folder, I have this other material called m_target interior. So this one is pretty simple. It's just a texture that will go inside of the wood. So let's drag this and place it right there. And now it is filled up. So that was
I don't have that. Why don't I have that? I don't have that. He does have that. I don't have that. Why does this give this the same thing again? Okay, mine doesn't work like that, but I don't understand what I have. What the fuck? What I have differently?
It's a small change, but it does make a difference. Where if the player really inspects it, it looks more natural. And that is the very basics of how to program a game in Unreal Engine using blueprints.
Okay.
So now that we have a nice game, there is one more issue, and that is the environment. The world of our game is very boring. It's just the default first-person map, which is a bunch of cubes. Now we are going to go over how we can take that game that we created and migrate it over to any new environment that we choose. This part will be really fun. But before we begin, I highly recommend, if you are a complete beginner, to watch my other beginner tutorial that focuses more on level and environment design, where you will learn how to create your own environment completely from scratch.
Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is now we're gonna stop in here because we have the stuff ready. The game works for us. Yeah, this one doesn't work, but this one works. Almost. See, little bit more time. I gotta be quicker than that. Hey, so you can win this. Okay, cool. So time is fine, so it makes you a little bit iffy. Only thing that I couldn't figure out is the destroying of this target geometry, which doesn't make any sense for me because he had stuff. So I guess next time we're gonna do the environment, and then we're gonna add both of them together. Beautiful. But now I wanna go eat. I'm hungry. But see, we have a working game, which is great. Let's go from the map. So we have a game. We have a little bit done textures already. So we have played around a little bit. We have leaves on the ground. We have a wall on there. So we have targets and everything. So the map is there. So now I'm gonna go learn how to do the environment, and then we can put these two together. So I couldn't figure out how to make inside, but in the same time it doesn't look bad. So I love how it like explodes. Okay, this was beautiful, but now it's time to eat. I see you all maybe tomorrow. Let's see where I can send you guys. This is awesome. Who's on? Who I'm following? Anybody on who I'm following? Reader, Bobby, Battle State, Best Elite, Cotton. Drug dealer sim. Cotton does drug dealer sim. Oh, Professor X does the gaming and chill. He does the elevator, I think. So what he said. So let's go say hi to him, and I'll see you soon. Let's go see how he does the elevator stuff, what he's supposed to do.